Hey everybody, this video is particularly for wheelchair users. It's just a quick video about kind of our opinion on knives and which knives we use for self-defense. I will say that I won't say I'm a big fan. James Williams Sensei, knife designer for CRKT, designs all of CRKT's Japanese style blades. He's been directly influential, has had a direct hand in helping us create what we've got going on here. Therefore, we are mildly biased towards his knife designs, but also it's not without reason. We like Mr. Williams, we prefer blades that have multi-purpose, that can do multiple things inside of a violent conflict. So you don't just have a sharp piece of metal that you're flailing around wildly. It does penetrate well. It does leave nice deep lacerations to penetrate connective tissue and shut down mechanical functions quickly. So that's what we're aiming for in our blades, or that's what we prefer in here at White Rabbit Protection Strategies and what we're doing with Project Wheelchair Gunfighter. So obviously we prefer James Williams designs. Not that I particularly advocate this. This is more of something you have on you on a hunting trip, but this was designed for tactical purposes, and it does serve that very well. Now, depending on where you are in the country, depending on what you can carry legally for self-defense, this might be a pretty good option for you. I really like the Hissatsu because it has a nice deep upswept blade. It makes nice deep cuts, and it's very pointy. It penetrates very, very well. And that really goes for all of James's designs. Those are the two biggest parameters, is that it has a nice upswept blade for deep cuts, and it penetrates really well. So I really like all of James's designs. And we use we use pretty much all of them here to some degree or another. These aren't all mine. Plus with the Hissatsu, they make training versions, so you can actually train with something close to the knife that you use. The other big one that I'm a huge advocate for is the Scallywag Tactical Dagger, and I've done a video on this before, but I just wanted to do kind of more of a close-up and elaborate why I like this so much. It's kind of a weird-looking design, and a lot of people kind of look at it at first glance, and I think it's a throwing knife, and it does throw really well because of how well it balances and how it looks. And people also kind of look at it and say it's a rip-off of the Sock P dagger, and it's really okay. It's got a loop on the end, and it's double-edged. Okay, it's not really that similar. It's very, very thick for its size. It's very heavy, which in a throw lends to very good conservation momentum, deep penetration on a throw. But I was really surprised how hard this is for a 440, for a 400 series steel. I think I threw this thing for 4 hours one day, and it didn't have any tip deformation at all, and it's very, very sharp. The tip is very, very sharp. But throwing aside, I really like this because you can grab it a number of ways under duress, and it end up in a method, in a direction in your hand where you can fight with it. One of the parameters was design parameters where they wanted a loop big enough where you could fit 2 fingers to facilitate your traditional punch. And it does serve that role very well. Even probably medium to large size hands, you have quite a bit of wiggle room without enough to where it's bouncing around and doing more damage to you than your opponent. Due to the shape of this loop, you can get very positive grip because of how your fingers fall into the loop, so you can use it like a handle in itself. So you can grab it edge up or blade up, blade down, but also it gives a very nice kind of push dagger grip without it being specifically a push dagger. On the draw, and they now have aluminum training versions, which is very helpful. On the draw, finding that loop is very, very easy under duress. Just putting your hand somewhere and feeling that loop and getting a finger inside quickly, allowing you to draw it, is very, very helpful. That big, large loop is an awesome index point. But the other benefit of that loop is that you can manipulate it in a way, you can insert a finger and rotate the knife around that finger. Sorry, my hands are incredibly sweaty right now. It's not necessarily the sweat, but the gunk from the floor, so it's really sticky. And it still works pretty well. But I can insert a finger, and I can, based on what finger's in there, I can flip the knife around and orient it a different way. So I can insert my thumb and flip it around, and now it's edged down. So it gives a very positive way to do kind of that switching grips if you are an experienced, if you're experienced in the knife arts, or if you have a knife art that you're pretty experienced in. It's kind of like a karambit that way, but you can shift your grips rather than having it one directional. And whatever way, when you utilize that method, you still have the ring to utilize in kind of a more of a blunt force trauma, for blunt force trauma. So I really like this because you can use it in a variety of ways. There is no edge to it, so there is no slashing. It's pretty much stabbing, penetration, or blunt force trauma. But it serves both of those roles very, very well. And even under duress, getting the knife out and into an application is very, very easy and intuitive. So that's the other knife I really am a huge fan of, and I will preach this thing all day long. So I just want to give you a quick video on knives and what we like and why we like what we like. Multi-purpose, be able to grip it a number of ways, so relatively neutral handle. Kind of show you this light aluminum. Steel moves a lot easier with all the weight. But Skyway Tactical Dagger, and pretty much all the blade line from CRKT under James Williams. Those are our biggest. Biggest lines we advocate. So, as per usual, hit me up via YouTube or email with your comments, suggestions, criticism, concerns, or questions. So, thanks for watching.